So you were CEO of the company for most of 2000, I think, and
Yeah.
you went
And 99, yeah.
and 99.
So like 2 years, basically.
PayPal merged, or sorry, Elon's company merged with another company.
Cool, yeah.
It became PayPal.
Right.
He was running the company. He went on an investment raising trip, and when he got back, what happened?
Well, yeah. So. You know, I think it's not a good idea to leave the office when there are like a lot of major things underway which are causing people a great deal of stress.
Yeah.
But it was a combination of needing to raise money, and I'd gotten married earlier that year and not had any vacation or honeymoon or anything, so it was kind of a combined financing trip / honeymoon.
Yeah.
And anyway, but away for 2 weeks, and there was just so much. There was just a lot of worry, and that caused the management team to decide that I wasn't the right guy to run the company, and so the board was like, you know, geez, what do we do? So basically, I could have fought it really hard, but instead I said, you know, rather than fight it at this critical time, best to sort of concede.
It's amazing to me how you managed, when I first asked you about this, you said you buried their hatchet. and you know, basically the person who replaced you just put, I think, $20 million or so into your company. And
yeah.
How did you get past that kind of betrayal? I mean, how did you guys patch it up?
Yeah, that's actually an interesting story. Well, I didn't agree with their conclusion. I understood why they took the action they did. And they're not, you know, Peter and Max and David and the other guys, I mean, they're smart people with generally the right motivations. They did what they thought was right, and I think for the right reasons. I mean, except that the reasons weren't valid, in my opinion. But it's hard to argue with the ultimate outcome, which was positive. So.
Right.
You know, I just thought, you know, it's just easy to be better and just hate them forever. But you know, it's best the better course of action is to turn the other cheek and sort of you know, make the relationship good, and it was. You know, but I put a lot of effort into sort of making things good, and then actually recently. The Founders Fund, which is comprised primarily of ex-PayPal people, including Peter, who replaced me as CEO, invested in SpaceX.
Yeah.
My second story is about love and loss. I was lucky. I found what I loved to do early in life. Woz and I started Apple in my parents' garage when I was 20. We worked hard, and in 10 years, Apple had grown from just the two of us in a garage into a $2 billion company with over 4,000 employees. We just released our finest creation, the Macintosh, a year earlier, and I just turned 30. And then I got fired. How can you get fired from a company you started? Well, as Apple grew, we hired someone who I thought was very talented to run the company with me. And for the first year or so, things went well. But then our visions of the future began to diverge, and eventually we had a falling out. When we did, our board of directors sided with him. And so at 30, I was out, and very publicly out. What had been the focus of my entire adult life was gone, and it was devastating. I really didn't know what to do for a few months. I felt that I had let the previous generation of entrepreneurs down, that I had dropped the baton as it was being passed to me. I met with David Packard and Bob Noyce, and tried to apologize for screwing up so badly. I was a very public failure, and I even thought about running away from the Valley. But something slowly began to dawn on me. I still loved what I did. The turn of events at Apple had not changed that one bit. I'd been rejected, but I was still in love. And so I decided to start over. I didn't see it then, but it turned out that getting fired from Apple was the best thing that could have ever happened to me. The heaviness of being successful was replaced by the lightness of being a beginner again, less sure about everything. It freed me to enter one of the most creative periods of my life.